The relationship and the quality of relationships between educators and children and between educators and families is at the heart of a high quality early learning centre. I don't think anything comes close to the importance of that. So working with your child's educator to build that relationship, to help them to get to know your child, to help them to plan relevant and meaningful learning experiences, to support you in nurturing and caring for your child, that's a recipe for success. I think that parents have a right to expect that their early learning centre is going to work with them to provide the best outcomes for their child. And I think that in doing that, parents need to feel welcome and comfortable to be able to talk regularly with their child's educators and also to have a say in what's happening for their child at the centre. It's very important that children and families feel a strong sense of connection and belonging with centres. That's how relationships can really be built and nurtured. So it is very important that parents feel a part of their centre and a part of their child's early learning. If you're starting at a new centre, a few things that you might think about in terms of establishing that relationship is really to start to get to know staff as people and let them get to know you and your family as well. So introducing yourself, always saying good morning and hello and farewelling in the afternoon, not just moving in and out without acknowledgement. I think showing your interest in what your child is doing and perhaps your appreciation of the work that educators are doing. This is important work, it's demanding work, and educators put a lot of time and thought into promoting children's learning and caring for your child. There is a theory that tells us that children need to have a secure attachment to do well in life. So we know that children need to feel that secure attachment with their families, that's by far the most important relationship and will always be the most important relationship. But children can build multiple attachments and relationships, so it's really important that we help them to build that with their educators at the Early Learning Centre too. Parents can help to strengthen that relationship by sharing their knowledge, their expertise of their child. They know their child better than anybody else, and the knowledge that they have of their child's interests, strengths, concerns, they're really important for educators to know. Knowing that will help educators to plan a program that works really well for your child. I think communication and regular communication is the foundation for strong, positive relationships, and that communication needs to be maintained. I think that most centres realise that individual families have got different needs and expectations when it comes to information sharing. So your centre should offer you a range of different ways to receive information but also to share information with educators. So it's important to find out how the centre communicates with families and how you can communicate, and then think about what works for you and choose the ways that work for you. In the past, the relationship between parents and educators tend to be a little one way. It was sometimes seen that educators were the qualified experts, that they had all of the knowledge and that their job was to share their knowledge and expertise with parents. We now understand that parents have the greatest influence on their children's health, learning and well-being, and that they have a lot to contribute to children's early learning experience. The evidence is unequivocal in terms of that. In any education context, children whose parents are interested and show interest in their child's learning and are engaged and support their child's learning, those children are going to do better. Now that starts in an early learning centre, but it continues through into primary school and secondary school. So good to start well and then continue that interest and engagement.